Forbes.com. Iran says tall white space aliens control America. Documents leaked by the NSA whistleblower Edward Snowden conclusively prove that the United States has been ruled by a race of tall white space aliens who also assisted the rise of Nazi Germany in the 1930s. These revelations about our alien overlords might not cost you any sleep, but the part of the story that should concern you a bit is the UFO story was just published by a Fars news agency, the English language news service of Iran, a nation that may be very close to acquiring nuclear weapons. This being a crazy conspiracy theory, naturally the Russians are behind it. The alleged alien invasion was revealed in a report by Russia's FSB spy agency, which found incontrovertible proof that the alien extraterrestrial intelligence agenda is driving U.S. domestic and international policy, and has been doing so since at least 1945, says the Iranian news service. Snowden has been given asylum in Russia. Leaked documents that a race of extraterrestrial tall whites arrived on Earth, helped Nazi Germany build a fleet of advanced submarines in the 1930s, and then met in 1954 with President Dwight Eisenhower, where the secret regime currently ruling over America was established. Most disturbingly, this FSB report warns is that the tall whites agenda being implemented by the secret regime ruling in the United States calls for the creation of a global electronic surveillance system meant to hide all true information about their presence here on Earth as they enter into what one of Snowden's documents calls the final phase of their end plan for total assimilation of the world rule. Okay, now this article was featured on Forbes.com. What amazes me the most is that Forbes is pretty much a mainstream media outlet, and they're having this story. Actually, the same story was reported on Fox News late last night, and I was like, what the heck? Why are they reporting this story there? It's gotta be, this is what I have to think about this. Whether you believe in the tall white conspiracy, alien conspiracy, or you don't, it's very interesting that this has come out now and right in the midst of the NSA scandal, and that we're having that reports that United States was spying on everybody all over the world, on us, everything. So it like lends almost credibility, especially if it's coming from Russia to then Iran, and then we know Snowden's over there. It kind of lends credibility to this in the midst of all these other problems that we're having here in the United States. It's either just a cheap shot at the United States by, backed by Russia through Iran. It's just a cheap shot at us to make our credibility seem less. But there's also a lot of, I would say some evidence out there that could support that this is indeed true, or something to roundabout way that this is. I mean, if you go back in time and look at the Nazi space program, head of that was Werner von Braun, and when the Nazi regime was taken out, and we gave asylum to von Braun and brought him over to the United States and put him with our space program. And he was an absolutely brilliant man who knew how to build these rockets and motors and everything. And when he was asked, it was actually reported, he was asked, like, wow, you're just so brilliant. How do you know all this stuff? I mean, how did you figure it out? And reportedly, I'm like kind of paraphrasing here, he had said, well, the aliens, they came down and told us how to make this. And I don't know whether you think he's really extremely brilliant and eccentric and just a little bit crazy, or if he's telling the truth. I know that Hitler was very involved with looking into India and Tibet, looking at the Mahabharata, which is religious text documents over there and in that part of the world that some people say that give explanations of how to build rocket ships and how to build time machines and all these kind of interesting, weird things. So it's just very interesting. Nonetheless, whether you believe in the tall whites or not, it should be something that concerns you, because it concerns all of us, because it's something going out in the mass media to either make us look bad on the United States, or also it could be just putting it out there mainstream to get us more softened up, because some people do believe that we're going to be having like maybe all the world government powers are going to have a fake UFO invasion on Earth, or they're preparing us for a real one, or they're getting ready to prepare disclosure to us. I don't know. You can go any way you want with this, but I do think this is a very interesting story, and it should be looked into. But check it out, Forbes.com, for yourself.